Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Please hit the like, subscribe and share because it really helps. I'm going to say this first because I put it in the description and sometimes I don't think people read the descriptions. So this is about the dark goddesses. So when I do them, please note it's the shadow side. It's not the light side and the lovely motherly side of a goddess. It's the opposite. It's dedicating the shadow side of the goddess and working with the shadow side. Not only that, nothing is fact. Nothing is fact at all. It's only personal opinion and family journals that things have been taken from. So nothing is fact, but it's a personal path and it's a personal preference. How I describe things and how I tell the stories, they are personal. So none of it's fact at all. We all have our own path. We all believe in what we want to believe in. It's just I like sharing it. That's all it is. So it's important, I guess, to mention Hecate. And Hecate is known by many names, not just one. And there has been stories long told how Hecate is Lilith, Lilith is Hecate even. So again, everybody's very different with that. From the 5th century BCE, the goddess became associated with darkness, the underworld, and the waning dark moon. A symbol such as a cauldron and a broom then became stereotyped and linked to witchcraft. A circular rock altar dedicated to Hecate in the sanctuary of Apollo, Delphinios, at, Miletus, in the earliest archaeological evidence was found of her worship. This rock altar dates from the 6th century BCE. Hecate is also well known for her role in the myth of Persephone's abduction. Hecate helped Demeter in searching for her daughter, Persephone, who was abducted by Hades. Hecate guided Demeter through the night with torches to help bring her daughter back. Later, Hecate became Persephone's companion. She's usually depicted as a woman holding torches. This symbolises a connection to the night. She's considered one of the more older ones, the triple goddess type, but she can be depicted with 3 faces, and her 3 faces reflect her powers over heaven, earth, and the underworld. She could move freely between each world, no matter whether it was living, whether it was dead, the underworld, so to speak. She's often pictured as well holding keys to gates of all realms. The goddess Hecate is represented as a guardian of the crossroads of life and death, and that's why she's also known as Hecate trivia as well. And when you do certain paths, you actually begin to understand the keys more because there are keys which you can draw, which signify each key that Hecate holds. She became a very much household deity, many statues, and there was pillars in her name as well. And they were often placed at crossroads and doorways to ward off evil spirits. To ward them off, not to attract, to ward off. Hecate rules over the mysteries of birth, life, and death. She acts as an intermediary between spirits and humans. Hecate is skilled in the art of divination. She responds to petitions via visions and dreams. She has knowledge of herbs and plants and their magical and healing powers. Animals are snakes, dragons, cats, and dogs. She can see all parts of the timeline, the past, the present, and the future. She is invoked for justice, protection for dogs, fertility, wisdom, freedom from illness, psychic work, lunar magic, protection from any evil spirits, obviously purification and divination magic, and protector of children, she's said to be. Black, silver and orange are her colours. The dark moon. Black crystals such as jet, onyx, black obsidian, black tourmaline and sapphire. Very dark sapphire. Belladonna, garlic, mint, mandrake, cypress, patchouli, lavender, dandelion and sandalwood, along with almond and willow trees. You can also use the dog, the polecat, the toad, frog, snake, horse and howl as symbols of Hecate. She's known as the goddess of witchcraft, magic, night, moon and ghosts. Although Hecate is known as the goddess of Greek mythology, there are multiple understandings and theories of her lineage that it's hard to really understand all of them, let's be honest. Roman sculpture, they had triple, the embodiment of Hecate was triple goddess. That was from, was it Museo Shanamonte? I think. Something like that. Don't quote me though. The story of Hecate didn't originate in Greece, but actually in Anatolia, which is known today as Turkey. Some also may suggest that her origin can be connected to the Egyptian goddess called Hecate, who presided over childbirth and the fertility and the womb of a woman, I guess. Theogony is considered the main source of stories about her relations in the Greek pantheon. Theogony is a 8th century BC poem by the Greek poet Hesiod, and this poem describes the origins and possibly the genealogies of ancient Greek gods. According to this poem, the two titans, Perseus, the god of destruction, and Astaria, the goddess of falling stars and nocturnal oracles, were the parents of Hecate. The story goes that when the Titans were defeated by the Olympiads, Hecate was the only one of the Titans who was allowed by Zeus to retain her powers. Zeus granted her power over the sea, land and sky. She could give blessings to mortals who prayed to her, but she could just as easily withhold these blessings and turn the other way, which is where the negative side comes in, obviously. As we all know, with any goddess, it's important to cleanse a space. That's one of the main things, is to do that. Dedicate an altar to Hecate, a key or a statue, a cauldron, a knife, black candles, a broom, images of dogs, ornaments, a chalice containing liberations or herbs purification. Consecrate everything, cleanse it all before you do it. Anoint any objects with oil that you feel you need to. Make potions that are for Hecate with sacred plants. Focus on removing non-essential energy from any of the objects or the place in which you're working. Offerings are usually placed at crossroads. Otherwise, you can simply place your offerings at your altar and respectfully discard them later. I still use crossroads. That's just me. Eggs, garlic, honey, croissants, candles, incense, images of dogs, date, crescent moons as well, palms, like it's in palmistry type palms, sweets, she likes any sweets that are shaped in a moon, even those will do. It's important to note that you may be better working with Hecate on the dark moon. The dark moon is the most powerful time, it's said, to invoke Hecate's energy. And you can perform healing, banishing, cleansing rituals in Hecate's name. Purification is an important part of the dark moon ritual to Hecate, so make sure that you have absolutely purified to the point, to the mark. To perform the ritual, you will have to speak to Hecate about your fears, your affection. You need to connect yourself with her and with her wisdom. That's really important. Once everything is cleansed, so there's no hindrance to it, then you can begin to set up by casting your circle, however you cast it. There's many different ways. It all varies. I've seen so much that even I don't remember them all. And you can obviously light your candles, light your incense, prepare things. You can say, for example, this is just an example, Great Hecate of the crossroads, I honour you at this time of the dark moon. Accept these offerings as thanks for the blessings you have bestowed upon me. May I be purified and protected. Hail, Goddess of Darkness. Ask for blessings in Hecate's name, pour liberations to the goddess. And that can be exactly what you want to do, and it can be poured wherever you choose to pour it. And make sure that if you're going to pour it on an altar or something, or into a container, it's always best to make sure it goes into the earth and it's nothing that's going to damage the earth. We don't want to do that. So make sure it's something that the soil can be pleased to have in it, so to speak. Once the ritual's complete, reflect on everything. I think the main part of that is the reflection, because reflecting upon ourselves and things that we've done and what we have been through and how we can improve oneself is always a really good step forward in life. Thank you for listening, and many blessings.